What's up, YouTube? I'm home. I just got back from the fair with some of my family. Fantastic day. I got me a cowboy hat. Like, look at this. I think this thing is so fun. Like, it's kind of dumb, but it's actually incredibly fun to just have. I think 1 week as a conservative. I wouldn't say I'm actually a conservative. I'm more of a libertarian. Because, well, look at that lamp. Gotta get a new lamp. I don't know. I don't agree wholeheartedly with conservatives. But I had this fantastic conversation with my brother today, because that is one of the people that I saw and hung out with, about the posts I've been making on Facebook, Instagram. I don't know if he's watched the YouTube ones. And he was telling me, Jaden, let's say you are, how do I do this? I just thought of making a video on this. So here's the center. Here's me out of the picture. And I went left, but I mean to the right, of course. So he's like, Jaden, you're at the end, right? You're talking about abolishing abortion and Christ, and the trans ideology is destructive because, yes, Christ is king first and foremost, and abortion because we need to recognize and get back to the significance and divinity of all life at any stage, no matter what, because it's all divine, precious, and, well, children are also innocent, so they get that exceptional clause, which is very important because we need to protect innocence at all cost. And the trans ideology is nothing but destructive. We have gotten nowhere productive with any of that conversation and with anything that they have brought to the table. Nothing has gotten better. Everything has only gotten worse with them. With those who push this ideology and the places that implement it, it's only gotten worse. And he was like, yeah, so you're way over here. You're at the solution. Most people, are little milestones along the way. And it's like, you're right. I get that. I didn't until he said that. Actually, I was of the assumption that everybody's thinking exactly like that has similar beliefs to me. Everyone's like, no, just get here. And that's where people want to end up, right? I want to wake up tomorrow and have it there. Most people are more patient in saying, okay, what are the steps? That's not what I'm here to talk about, though. I'm not here to talk about the steps. I'm here to acknowledge where I am and my position, I think. And I'm not the only one who, I don't want to say this in a way of me putting myself on a pedestal, because I don't think I am. I'm also just saying this more as a reflection process for where I want to be. I am the goal at the end, and voicing that. We need to know what the goal is. We need to have a goal. We need to know what success looks like, and we need to know what outcome we want. It's incredibly important to have a plan along the way, but I think it's more important personally, and I know we could go back and forth even more so if you're some business major. We could likely have pretty solid discussion on this, but anyone else as well, because I think everybody has a valuable opinion. Maybe not right, maybe not one that I'm going to take home with me, but valuable nonetheless, because it's good to weed out the bad and better to listen to the good. Back to what I was saying. I do think I am saying this is where we want to be. I'm not saying how do we get there yet. I'm going to get to that eventually, after I stop complaining about the garbage that I see in the world right now, because I see it everywhere, and it's actually not the world. It's just Western, comfortable places like us, like Britain, like parts of South Korea, like parts of Japan. I already said Britain, so I'm just going to generalize it even more and just say kind of all of Europe, actually, except the Eastern Europe might actually have it figured out. Maybe. But I'm not here to say, okay, let's do this little thing. Let's get these little successes to then get the big success. The little successes are arguably more tangible, making them more important than the big ones. I agree with that. I think that is a very great take to have. With that said, we can't lose sight. I can't lose sight, and I'm not going to lose sight of the initial goal that I want to reach, of the initial belief of what I think success is. My belief of success is ending abortion, getting our nation back to a healthy position spiritually, and that also by getting, and I think really, I don't think I know that my first position is actually getting our nation back to a place of spiritual healthiness and wellness, because I think that solves so many other issues. Oh, Jaden, so you're going to push Christianity? Heck yes, of course, yes, you might be getting it. I am going to be pushing Christianity heavily and hard and with kindness and love. I'm also going to say this, though, and this is not me giving space to a thing that I think is incorrect, both in a moral position where I don't think personally you should follow this, but also intellectually. I'm not saying something to contradict logically, spiritually, and emotionally what I truly believe. Ultimately, I think we need to just get more serious spiritually. And I mean that in one specific way. No longer being agnostic. You're a loser. You're a loser and you're weak if you're agnostic. And not weeding out, but demolishing intellectually and spiritually, morally, atheism. Atheism does not work. Agnosticism, like, I get it. You're kind of a wuss, and you're also just wanting an excuse to continue to do the, hedonic things that you're doing. Kind of, like, I understand it. I don't want to say I respect it, because that means that's something that I would appreciate to do and I wouldn't appreciate to do it, but I do understand it, right? To lack the conviction, and it's scary, right? To take something seriously like that. It's your whole life. It's your whole entire life that you are saying once you become a Christian, or even Buddhist, which I don't agree with religiously, or Hindu, or Jewish, or Muslim, anything like that. But at least by stating I am place religion, you're taking it seriously. Hopefully. I mean, Christians have a huge issue with this. So many are either lukewarm Christians or just say it because they say it because I do firmly believe that they believe Christ died for them in their sins, but they're not Christians in the way that they act, in the sense of, yes, they'll repent. Catholics love this. I repented, so I'm good. And then I'm going to continue to do all my vile, disgusting things, because I'm going to go do it again. Non-denominational Christians love doing that too, but it's a thing that is rampant in Christianity, where at least what I've learned with Buddhists, with those that follow the Hindu religion, Confucianism, and even Islam, that I do actually respect. They are about it. They are about their religion, and they do not let people tread on them. They do not let people challenge them. Actually, they do not allow, they work on themselves to be of the religion they say they believe. Christians are so lame about this. So I think taking it seriously, which we should, because it's a serious thing. It is a real battle day in and day out, spiritually, physically, mentally. Be about it. Put some blood in the game. It's tough. It's scary. Oh, but it's a thrill. It's a thrill. Follow Christ. See what Christ has for you, because I can tell you 100%, and I'm only 28 years old. I got lots of life left to live. At 28 years old, it has been the biggest thrill every day to just see what God has for me unfold. And again, I do think once we start doing that, we get more serious. Men get more serious. Christian men 100% of course get more serious about the religion they say they have. Put some skin in the game. Show that love through Christ. Be Christ-like. The other issues solve themselves. Like they really do. Once we become more Christ-like, follow Christ, be Christian, show those in our actions, not just our words, but our actions, to become more spiritually and theologically literate, then we will recognize the sanctity of life. That will get rid of abortion. Then we will understand what truth is, which is to love your neighbor, love yourself, love your neighbor, love God above all else, and then love your neighbor. The greatest 2 commandments, by the way. Because God made you amazingly, with divine meaning and purpose, truly. It's taken me a long time to get to this position with why the trans ideology is spiritually so unhealthy. My God tells me that I was made in his image. So beautiful, so magnificent, so unimaginably great. That is the image we were all created in. The trans ideology says you are not good enough. And I hate that. I hate that so much. Is there always room to work on yourself? Of course. But God made you how God made you. And that's how you are. That's who you are. This whole idea that we can be better because we make ourselves better solely through like operation and drugs, it's disgusting and it's vile. It is antithetical to the truth, which is God made you in his divine image. And you're beautiful. You're amazing. You're strong. You're quick-witted. You're intelligent. You have purpose. Nothing is for no reason. Nothing is for naught. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at today. I hope everyone's having a great day. I'm not talking on the social, not a whole lot of social commentary today. This is just more of my thoughts and feelings of how today went. Today was an amazing day with family. And it gave me stuff to think about. Good things. Always only good things. I hope everyone's doing well out there. Peace and love. God bless. Christ is King.